In this video, we're going to talk about navigation of the child protection module and the RApp offline application. The objectives of the video are to give you an overview of the RApp offline child protection module and then teach you some of the basic navigation tips for when using the child protection module. So to begin, when you log in to the RApp offline application, on the top you should see a green or a blue bar, depending upon if you are in the training environment, green, or in the real environment, which would be where you document real child protection cases. In that case, it would be blue. It's important when you're first starting to look at the left and to make sure that all of the entities or modules that are reflected here do in fact look similar to those you would see in proGres v4. If you see things that do not align with the proGres v4 module, it's possible you have not yet configured your offline application. If this is the case, please go back and visit our video on how to set up and configure the RApp offline application, and then come back to this video once you have done so. As you can see on the left-hand side, we have different entities from the registration module, as well as referrals and consistencies of event tracking. And then depending upon your privileges, you will either see the child protection folder if you have access, GBV folder if you have access for your user profile. And within these folders you will find the modules. So today we will focus on the child protection module. The other basic navigation to be aware of is here. You will notice the two curved arrows. This is how you would sync your offline application to make sure that it is up to date in terms of the data when you are online and near a source. Additionally, you'll notice that I have my cloud up here in the right-hand corner that has a bar through it. This means that I'm using this in offline mode, meaning that even if there was network or connectivity nearby, it would not keep syncing. It would just have me working on the information that has been downloaded into the offline application. In general, we recommend that as you're working, you keep it in this so that you can prevent from ongoing syncing delays while you work. Okay, so when using the offline application, many times the first thing you would be doing would be to find or to create a new child protection case. The same way that we would do this I'm going to split my screens right now and show you both V4, the online on the left, and the offline on the right. When you go to create a child protection case in V4, you go to the registration module first, and you go and you search for your individual, the child that you are looking to create a case for. And sometimes you can use this search functionality here. It's the same in RApp. I'm going to go to the individual, which is first listed here, and this is the individuals that sit within the registration. So these are all the individuals registered. I'm going to click on the individual, and then I'm going to search for my individual. So my search bar in offline is out the top. I have the ability to search, to filter by like specific age or location, and also I can sort by registration date, by age, etc. So I'm going to search for my person. It is John Doe, happened to just be at the top. Okay, and now I'm going to click on John Doe. You'll notice on the right then the registration form pops up. So I can see the basic information to confirm if this is the right individual that I'm looking for. Mine is 4 years old from Burundi. Okay, so I'm not making any changes to the registration form because that is not what I'm here for. I'm here to create a new child protection case. So similar to how we have this ribbon here on the top in proGres v4, in the offline, we have these 3 lines up in the top right-hand corner. This is going to be our ribbon. It will change, the options in it will change depending upon where you are in the application. But right now I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to go down to the bottom, and you'll see Create Child Protection Case. So I will click on that, and all I need to do to create a child protection case is to put in the date that I'm opening and the priority. So let's change this to high. And then I will proceed. And now I have created a child protection case. Before we continue into the actual child protection module, if you go into the individuals, and you cannot find your individual, so I'm going to put in my child, and nothing shows up. It's important to remember that when you are online, so I'm going to the online module. When you are online, not all of the individuals will show up in your offline. You have to specifically indicate. So I'm going to go online and find my person that I'm looking for, this child here, and I'm going to select next to her. And when I do that, you'll notice there's 3 dots here, and then it says make available offline. And I'm going to push OK. So any cases or any individuals that you might be creating a new case for, or you think you might need, you will need to make their file available offline, and then you will need to sync your offline to make sure it's available. And now you'll notice Betty Boop is here, and I can then go ahead and then create the case. Another challenge that could happen is if you go and you try to find an individual and you go to create a case for them, you might receive a pop-up box. That would indicate for you that a new case could not be created because there's already an active child protection case existing. And this is what you would want to do, is you would want to then use this number to find out who is the caseworker that is currently working on that case. Okay, so now I've created a new individual, a new case, and so now I'm going to go into the child protection module, and it's within here that I can then start doing all the documentation that we are familiar with. And you'll notice there's the individuals. So these are the individuals that have child protection cases associated with their file. There are the child protection cases. There's interventions, there's incidents, there's BIAs, there's BIDs, there's BID interviews, and there's the referrals. This is very, again, similar. If I was to go into the child protection module here, I can see child protection cases, BIA, BID, BID interviews. All the same options are really available here. So if I'm going to create, or I'm going to go to the child protection case, I forgot to look at the individuals. Let's see, John. I'm going to highlight this. Okay, so I'm going to find in my child protection cases, I can search by the number, or I can search, you'll see here the names. So I see my John Doe. So I'm going to go into my child protection case here, and now I'm going to actually go in and fill out the basic information. So the child protection case form shows up on the right. And here are the 2 things I have put in, the opening date and high, and then the basic bio data that we have pulled from registration. And so here I could type the case summary, the personal history, any new comments. So, and then you'll notice there are a lot of these views that we can then fill in or go to see if there are care arrangements, specific needs, BIAs, BIDs, existing incidents, the action plans. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and save this. And now I have that basic information. And when I come back, you'll notice it needs support. The comment has the date and time stamp, so I can go ahead and add on to these if I need to. Now, again, the same way that we have the ribbon on the top, when I click on this 3 lines here, you can see add intervention. If I want to add a care arrangement, so if I add a care arrangement, here comes the form to the right again. I'm going to say customary caregiver. I didn't fill this out very well, and then I'm going to push save. And I'm going to actually, so I didn't put all the information in. This is not a sustainable caregiver. Oop. And now you'll notice under care arrangement, you'll see there's a child-headed household. So I could then click on that to update, or I could click on that to check. The same can be done for specific needs. If I want to create a BIA, I would go here and I could click on BIA. It would then give me the same menu that originally, to create a BIA, I would need to go child at risk, proceed, or sorry, pick your main purpose for the BIA, and now it's created. And so I can either, through John Doe, go to his file and then find this BIA, then to complete the actual BIA. It'll pop up. Anything in red is required before you will be able to save. It's the same data points, just a little bit different of a layout as the BIA in the online. I've filled out all the mandatory fields, filled out everything that I needed to fill out for the BIA, and now I'm going to push save. Now, if I'm in my BIA and the status has changed, you'll notice here now those 3 lines have changed to change status. So I can come here because currently the status of my BIA, you can look, you'll have a BIA active status. I can change it to pending recommendation, pending review, BIA completed. I have to fill out these basics information, and I can change my status this way. And now my status of my BIA is changed. The same thing you can do, you can create an incident from this, you can create a referral, an intervention, or you can create a BID. If I wanted to create a referral, I can go here to add referral. It will do the same thing, pending acknowledgement. Until it's received, I can put in the basic dates. I need to do the minimum, which is the reds, in order to be able to save it. This is all very similar to the mandatory fields and the names of the fields that you would find in proGres v4. Please support this child with something I didn't pick. If you are using referrals on the offline, it is important for you to make sure that you are then regularly connecting your device to the internet, or that you are communicating in other methods as well to the person who you have referred to, because this will remain at pending acknowledgement until it is synced and then been able to be acknowledged. Okay, so while that was a very quick run through, these are the different parts of the child protection module, and you can navigate to each of them if you want to go directly to the BID, to the BID interviews, but all of the functionality that we have in the V4 online is available in the offline module as well. I hope this video was helpful. Thanks.